What's going on, everybody? You know who it is, it's JJ. You know, we back at it like addict no rehab, because you know I'm addicted to giving you guys this advice. So I've been asked this question, like the steps to open a car dealership or a car business. I answered it in previous videos, but I probably didn't answer it as well as I could back then. So this way I'm gonna break it down to you in steps by step. So this is gonna be step one, how to go about opening a car dealership and getting into the car business. So let's begin. So let's begin. First things first, man. Research, man. Research. Do as much research as you possibly can, and also eliminate any extra bills. That's kind of the biggest issue that I ran in with my first year or two, because I didn't sell my car that I was making payments on until year two. So man, I was just basically trying to pay a car payment, full covered insurance at the lot, all the bills that come with the lot, all the bills at my house and everything. So man, I don't want you guys to run into the same mistakes, man. I knew a lot about the business. I knew the inner workings of the business because, you know, I've sold cars, I worked at a buy here, pay here, I done finance, so I knew all of that, but I just didn't know the business aspect. And you know, I hopped in there like a lot of people, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna buy all these cars, I'm gonna make a lot of money. It doesn't always work like that. It works like that for some people, but it always doesn't work like that for everybody. So my best advice, man, make sure you do your research. Make sure you cancel out as much debt. That's step one. Before you do any business, cancel out any extra unnecessary debt. That car that I was making payments on, it was just additional debt. You know, it was costing me $700 extra a month. You know, that $700 I could have used to buy one more car. That could have bought me one more car to flip. You know, that $700 could have done a lot for me. You know, I could have used that $700, you know, towards something else. But I was just, you know, steady making a car payment, trying to pay all these bills. So my first year or two, I wasn't really even making any money in the business, you know. So I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. I made some money, but I wasn't making as much money as I am now that I no longer have a car payment. I just drive my little Kia, you know, drive it around. You know, it's good, you know, it's cheap on the insurance and stuff like that. I just drive this around. So my biggest step one, research and cancel debt. Because you want to research, man, because this is one of those businesses where you can get in, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money quick, you know, if you're not careful. If you don't do your research, man, also go to as many auctions as you can. I go to the auctions these days, and I still go to different auctions. And you know, I've been going to auctions so long, so now I understand how the auctioneer is talking, and you know, that jibber jabber that they doing, you know. But that's hard to understand. Like, that was something that was hard for me. That's really why I stuck to El Reno auction, because they were kind of like, the auctioneers wasn't like fast paced like other auctions. So it was easy for me to understand. And that's kind of what hindered me from going to any other auctions. Cause I was like, man, if I go to this other auction, I'm never going to understand what these people are saying. But if I was going to these auctions just before I started and understanding how these auctioneers started, it would have made it a lot easier. Because my first time, a couple months, like I think I didn't buy nothing from Oklahoma Auto Exchange. Like my first 2-3 weeks, like from the dealer auction, everything was just bought from the public auction. So research. Go to as many auctions as possible, just so you can learn how they talk. Research, cancel debt. You want to eliminate as much debt as possible. And you can, like I'm gonna tell you, it's easier for you to start off small and grow and get bigger than you starting off big and trying to come back down. So that's the first step, you know. Research and have money put together, you know, put to the side. You know, you want to lease, I would at least say you want to have, least before you start, either, you know, have enough money where you can pay your bills for at least 3 to 4 months, or pay your bills up for at least 3 to 4 months. Do one of the two, because I'm gonna let you know, when you get into this game, it's not people think like just because you're selling cars on the street, you know, and buying a car every once in a while or buying 2 cars here, it's a lot different once you become a dealer. And all in that overhead, you know, it's easy when, you know, you go to the auction, buy a car, and you sell it from your house, you know, because your overhead is not changeable. Once you hop into the dealership and, you know, all this other stuff, you know, like insurance, rent, buying cars, fixing cars and stuff like that, and all that stuff start piling up, man. So that's my first step, man. That's the first and most important step. Most important step: research, counsel debt. Research, counsel debt. Research and counsel debt. Don't just hop in here thinking that it's, you know, it's good, you know, because I'm gonna say this again: you will lose. It's a business where you can make a lot of money, and you can make a lot of money quick, and you can just make a lot of money just in general. But it's also one of those businesses where you can lose a lot of money quick. So you want to research, and your main thing, research, because you want to know what kind of, you want to know if you want to keep going to checking out auctions. You know, you want to see what the price of the cars are like. So you want to know if you can pay cash. If you want to make sure you want to know if you're going to pay cash. If you're going to get a floor plan, make sure your credit is squared away. So you want to research all the best floor plans. Research the floor plans that, you know, that works with dealers that just becomes dealers, you know, first time dealers, you know, that just opening up. So because some floor plans won't work with you unless you're 2 years in the game. You know, some floor plans might only give you a $10,000 line of credit. Some might give you $25,000. So you want to make sure your debt is low, your credit is good, and you have some money saved up. That's step one. Before you, that's for any business, but mainly that's for the car business. You want to do your research. So that's all I got for you guys, and this is step one. And then we're gonna do step two. We're gonna keep breaking this down, and we're gonna put these steps together. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, and if you haven't already, you know, drop a like on this video, drop a comment, let me know if there's anything about the car business that you guys want me to touch on, and I'll be happy to touch on that for you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Once again, appreciate you guys. I'm out. Peace.